At one point, MySpace was the #1 website for internet traffic, and it was valued at over $12 billion. However, MySpace is now a memory of what social media used to be, and is no longer relevant. What caused MySpace to become such a success? And what caused it to fall? In 2002 and 2003, several social media platforms were being launched. These platforms would start a trend of social media, which would go on to become a phenomenon. MySpace began with a company called eUniverse, and noticed the rise of the social media platform Friendster. eUniverse developed the first version of MySpace with Adobe's Cold Fusion platform in only 10 days. This truly demonstrates the first rule of cool: the quicker the chase, the quicker the flight. The challenge then was to attract people, and luckily for eUniverse, it could market to their own 20 million users. eUniverse utilized a wide release approach, as it marketed to its own large user base with mass emails. This wide release strategy was very inexpensive. Also, the MySpace employees had competitions to see how many people they could recruit to the platform. They would make personal invitations to their own friends and family, and encourage users to invite others. MySpace quickly grew in popularity, because it was not only what people talked about, it was the place people were going to talk, and nobody wanted to be left out of the conversation. In 2005, News Corporation bought MySpace for $580 million. This would later affect MySpace in its fall, but News Corporation would help raise MySpace to its peak. For many people in the mid-2000s, MySpace was their first social media platform. Many were caught up in the sensationalism of the movement and were gradually adopted as part of the early majority. Compared to Facebook, MySpace was much more inclusive and reached a wider audience, while Facebook mainly focused on college students in its early years. MySpace had the unique distinction of being a music-integrated platform. Users could feature a song that would play when others viewed their profile. MySpace became the place of discovery for many music artists. This led to the rise of artists like Sean Kingston and Panic at the Disco. Productive leisure was a major aspect for marketers and users on MySpace. Fans were proud of their music preferences and would make it a focal point of their profile. MySpace developed the precursor for Snapchat's disappearing messages and bulletin posts. For bulletin posts, it would serve as a status update and disappear after 10 days. MySpace also featured group messaging. Users could make group messages for specific friends and could keep up with news in any category. MySpace users could also be said to be prosumers, in which they are both the product and consumer for the platform. MySpace actually had the opportunity to buy Facebook in 2004 for $75 million, but it declined the offer. At the time, this was the reasonable move, because it was too high a price for a platform that did not show the same promise as their own. Unfortunately, this would ultimately be what caused the demise of MySpace. MySpace began to decline in 2008 after Facebook changed its focus audience to be for friends and family. The gradual growth that MySpace had seen over the years suddenly turned into a rapid decline. Users left MySpace for Facebook in a massive way that helped with Facebook's rapid growth. Facebook resonated with MySpace users as they were used to social media but desired the advancements that Facebook offered. This is particularly displayed with the Maya rule and the exposure effect, as users wanted the most cutting-edge platform available, but were also familiar enough to smoothly transition. Facebook soon passed MySpace in user traffic, and its user experience focus made Facebook much more innovative as it evolved with its audience's needs. In 2007, Facebook started to allow outside developers to feature their apps on the platform and made Facebook a gaming destination. This helped raise Facebook's popularity, especially with the Farmville sensation in 2009. MySpace attempted to expand internationally, but could not find success. A big issue was setting up music rights internationally, and the major financial investments failed to hit, with the exception of Mexico. MySpace did have an exclusive mobile app through Helio, a small wireless carrier. However, this carrier did not reach many people, and Facebook capitalized on the rise of smartphones. MySpace had an issue with malicious users and a toxic bullying environment. In 2009, Myspace reported to have removed over 90,000 users. News Corporation had initially brought great success to Myspace, but it implemented too many policies and slowed down the production teams. For social media, being able to adapt to your audience and their needs quickly can make or break a platform.